The CDC is reporting that since the year 1999, drug addiction-related deaths in the United States have quadrupled. So this is a huge topic right now. Joining me now is Dr. Emily Lazenby, and she's with Medplex Inc. So, Dr. Lazenby, what's the biggest thing you want people to know about addiction?
What I'd like people to know is that with opiate dependency, anyone can be affected. We treat men and women from all walks of life, and many of them, when they come to us, feel very ashamed and alone, but there's help. And I think it's so rewarding to be able to take a person that's in a very difficult point in their life and be able to offer them a way to turn things around.
And so opiate addiction is still on the rise.
Absolutely. In the U.S., there's been some recent new attention from the presidential administration, setting aside new funds and changing some limits for medications that can help. And in fact, the Surgeon General has even asked people to look at opiate dependence as more of a chronic condition like diabetes or high blood pressure.
So they've focused attention and resources on helping with addiction?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so how can people get in contact with Medplex Inc.? Because I know there's going to be a lot of people watching today that this could really change their lives.
Absolutely. If you or someone you care about needs help, please give us a call at 205-731-9090 or check out our website at medplexinc.com.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Lillian Lalo with CBS 42. The CDC is reporting that since the year 1999, drug addiction-related deaths in the United States have quadrupled. So this is a huge topic right now. Joining me now is Dr. Emily Lazenby, and she's with Medplex Inc. So, Dr. Lazenby, what's the biggest thing you want people to know about addiction?
What I'd like people to know is that with opiate dependency, anyone can be affected. We treat men and women from all walks of life, and many of them, when they come to us, feel very ashamed and alone, but there's help. And I think it's so rewarding to be able to take a person that's in a very difficult point in their life and be able to offer them a way to turn things around. Someone you care about needs help, please give us a call at 205-731-9090 or check out our website at medplexinc.com.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Lillian Lalo with CBS 42.
Hi, I'm Devron Smith with Steel City Realty Group in Trussville. Are you thinking of buying or selling a home in the Birmingham area? What about a career in real estate? Call or text me and let's get started today.
With the disaster, a little compassion can go a long way. One of our clients, a retired firefighter, a man who dedicated his life to helping and serving others, lost his own home in a fire. We searched through the rubble and managed to salvage one precious thing, his original firefighter's uniform. The look on his face, it's a moment I'll never forget. It's why we do what we do.
We are Paul Davis!
I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
That's it. Swing all the way through going forward and all the way back. There you go. There you go. Woo!
That's tough.
Yeah.
For him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Drive your hips up. Good. Back with your legs.
All right, Cougar fans, how are you this evening? It is a lovely Friday night, about a balmy 75 to 77 degrees outside. Perfect football weather if there ever was. We are just off of Jeff State Parkway here at Center Point High School, where the Cougars have rolled in to take on the Eagles of Center Point. Now, Center Point has been good recently as they moved up to 6A. However, that being said, the Cougars are 7-2 all time against the Eagles. Going back to the formation of Clay-Chalkville High School in the mid to late 90s, Irwin came out on top during the first two confrontations, and since then and into the matriculation of Center Point High School, they have not achieved a victory over the Cougars. Tonight's contest will not be easy. Five-star Jalen Mbakwe, big-time DJ Barber, and the rest of the crew are going to come in ready to put in that work and protect that undefeated record. Center Point is coming off of a tough loss to a previously 0-3 Pell City team, so they're looking for a little redemption themselves this year, and they're looking for it at the hands of the Cougars. With all that being said, I'm not too sure about that one. Whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a good one. So let's get ready this evening. Your captains this evening, starting with Center Point, is number 1, Thurman Moore, number 2, Camarius Horn, number 3, Antonio Garfield, and number 4, Jacorie Busby. For the Cougars, it is number 65, protecting the blind side, big A.J. Williams. And representing the defense, big 96, that is Randall, a.k.a. Junior Cole. Now, I got to watch those two boys grow up, and I'm telling you, they are ready to go. Fans, I hope you're ready as well. We're going to be started in just a few. We're going to take a quick break as we get ready for the Center Point Eagles versus the Clay-Chalkville Cougars. The captains are on the field. And it looks like Center Point will receive.
Your captains for this week's game versus the Center Point Eagles. Number 65, A.J. Williams. And number 96, Randall Cole.
All right, the Cougars are coming out onto the field. They're getting the banner up. And let's see what tonight's banner says. Nighty-night Eagles, lights out. Now, that being said, speaking of lights out, and I don't even think they gave the cheerleaders a chance to get it up in the air. And here come the Cougars. They are not waffling around this evening. Now, I say that to note the defensive prowess of Clay-Chalkville. The Cougars have always been known to be a bit of a pinball machine when it comes to scoring, and last week was no exception against Pinson Valley, where they took away the victory 41-0. However, it's that Cougar defense over the last few years that's been getting all of the attention. Center Point, led by George Bates, is going to have a tough row to hoe against a defense that does not like their opponents to score. Matter of fact, they don't like their opponents to cross the 50. Drew Gilmer has got his guys and his staff on full boil, ready to protect that region title. We're going to be underway in just a few minutes as they get everything sorted out. The Cougars getting ready to kick, and you know who's going to handle those duties. That is number 39, Anton Ellison. And we're still waiting for the center point players to hit the field, and they finally do. So we're running just a few minutes late tonight. The Eagles a little late coming out of the locker room. And are literally having to run through the kick formation of the Cougars to get set on the sideline. Well, this is a weird start. So I guess we'll get going when we get going. Back deep to receive for center point is Kamarius Horn and number 12, Damon Canty. They're also going to be sending back number 4, Jacorie Busby, to handle the receiving chores to start the contest. And I think we might actually be underway nearly 5 minutes after 7. And Ellison with another big boot. And they try to figure out who's going to carry it. Number 12 on the return. And he's going to be brought down by a host of Cougar defenders. Dion Gunn leading the way for Clay-Chalkville. Fine special teams play, not allowing them to get beyond the 10-yard line. We're about to see that Cougar defense take the field. Now, one of the things that I've noticed is that center point is a run-heavy team. We'll see if they try to mix it up a little bit tonight. Shotgun formation, there's the snap, there's the quick out. That appeared to be Kamarius Horn with the reception. He's going to be brought down by Xavier Starks. 7-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3. I stand corrected looking at the spot now. Gain of 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4 for center point. So center point comes out passing, has a man in motion, and the ball is loose and on the ground. Randall Cole is in there at the bottom of it fighting for it. Cougars are saying they have it. And there it is. Fumble on the play. The Cougars recover. And just like that, the Cougar offense will take the field with very short field position. Ball is spotted at the 14-yard line. And anybody that somebody anywhere will tell you the last thing you want to do is give Clay-Chalkville a short field. So it looks like what I'm saying is coming to pass as the Cougar defense jumps right out and starts putting in the work. Mbakwe back in the shotgun. Man in motion, extra blocker. There's the give to Osley. Osley slips his way through, breaks a tackle, and there it is. Just like that. And the Cougars are on the board. Number 21, Aaron Osley, putting in that work. And that's going to be a Paul Davis touchdown for the Cougars. Your game sponsor this evening is Medplex Inc. Ellison back to collect the change on the payoff. And it is good. And the Cougars jump out to a 7-0 lead. 10:49 remaining in the first quarter. So the Cougar defense comes out, does what they do. The Cougar offense comes out and does what they do. And I'm not going to say we're off to the races yet, but it's about as fast a start as you could ask for. So the Cougars will come out for the Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty kickoff. Number 39, Ellison, getting ready to boot it now. Ellison has known to put that thing in the end zone for no return. Let's see what he does this time. And he's getting a really good start on that one, and boom, there it is. And yep, into the end zone it goes. So that one will be brought out to the 20-yard line, where Center Point will start their second drive of the contest. The Clay-Chalkville Cougars would like to take a moment to thank their fine sponsors this year: Paul Davis Restorations, North Park Baptist Church, Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty, M3 Performance and Physical Therapy, Medplex Inc., Crosspoint Baptist Church, Discount Warehouse, Lawson State Community College, the Daniel Foundation, Ann Road Animal Hospital, Small Steps Pediatrics, Piggly Wiggly Ace Hardware, and Marshall Family Dentistry. The ball is on the ground once again. Moore able to recover it. Looking to pounce on it for the Cougars was Patrick Smith, number 45. Loss of yardage on the play will make it 2nd and 16 for the Eagles. Cougars getting a defensive signal from the sideline. Thurman Moore in shotgun formation for the Eagles. Quick release. Nothing happening there. Cougars jumping all over that one. Number 20, Dion Callens, bringing down Jacorier Busby quickly. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down. Signal coming in from the sideline for Center Point. Center Point with extra blockers in the backfield. There's the give. Number 21, the ball carrier. Avion Pickett with the stop. I think that was Irby carrying the load for Center Point. They're going to punt. The usual suspects back there for the Cougars to return it. That's Marlon Compton along with Kamara Robinson. 2 speedsters. They're just inside the 50-yard line. And we have a flag on the field. And it looks like a delay of game against Center Point, and that is the call. So that'll back them up 5 yards. Not good for the Eagles, considering that the Cougars are going to have short field position once again. And to be honest with you, over the last couple of games, the Cougars seem to have found their rhythm on offense. Cougars very much aware that this could be a trap game, knowing that they have the Thompson Warriors next week. That one being on ESPN. And then the Cougars move. So a little football tennis going on back and forth with the penalties. And it's a high snap. Number 19, Javian Taylor, supposed to retrieve it. It goes out of the end zone. And I believe that's going to result in a safety for the Cougars. And that's what it is. So the Cougars are now up 9-0. And the last thing you want to do is give up what we like to call those free points up to the Cougars. And you still got to kick it to them anyway. So we're mixing it up a little on the return. Now Mario Craver is in the mix. Now, folks, whenever you have a safety, the team that has to kick has a choice of either kicking it off or punting it. But either way, they have to do it from the 20-yard line. And given what just happened, Center Point is probably taking the best option in kicking it off. So we'll see who's going to return it. Craver back deep for Clay-Chalkville. It's a nice kick. And Craver's got it. And he accelerates. And he's going to break some tackles before he's run out of bounds. Jeremiah Jackson running Craver out of bounds. And the Cougars will start the second drive of the contest from the Eagle 33-yard line. As we go throughout the night, folks, we will provide scoring updates as we receive them to help you guys stay abreast of what's going on in football across Alabama, notably in 6A. Osley, the ball carrier, looked like he was brought down by number 9, Caleb Holt, the linebacker. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball at the 29-yard line. Mbakwe hits the snap, fakes it, takes off up the middle, puts a little shake and bake on, and there goes Jay Bubba. It's another touchdown for the Cougars. Jalen Mbakwe with the score. We're going to hit the replay on that one. Takes off up the middle. He zips right up the middle, and there goes practically untouched. It's another touchdown for the Cougars. Ellison coming on for the change. And it's good. Number 14, Aaron Fry with the hold. And just like that, folks, with 7:31 remaining in the first quarter, it is 16-0 Clay-Chalkville. the Cougars, starting out with Briarwood Christian this year, our offense had a bit of a rough start. Then you had Hueytown, in which the offense scored no points, all special teams. From there, the Cougars go to Pell City and put up some chunks and then repeat the process against Pinson Valley. Let's make no mistakes. Yeah, I'd say that the Cougar offense has found its rhythm, but that test will come next week. Here comes Brett Rogers, Keller Williams kickoff. Number 12 on the return for center point. That's Damon Canty. Looked like a bit of a train wreck as he runs into Jacoria Busby. Xavier Starks looking to get a hand on him. Center point will get to the 15-yard line to start this drive. There's a snap. Center point looks to put it in the air, and that one is nearly picked off by Rod Ivy. And I guarantee you, Mr. Ivy is probably sitting there saying to himself, what did I just miss? Nonetheless, it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up second down. Cougars looking to continue to bring pressure this evening. Ivy creeping up. And number 10 for the Eagles finds some room. Jeremiah Jackson with a nifty run to move the chains. So center point able to do something. Ball is at the 29-yard line. Center point mixing it up. Number 7, Carlos Ivy. We'll get credit for that one. More on the keeper for a center point. Gain of 5 on the play. Puts the ball at the 34-yard line. Center point looking to exploit some weaknesses. Cougar with a 3-man front. And false start against center point. So as a result of that penalty, it'll be 2nd and 10. Ball goes back to the 29-yard line. Center point may have caught the Cougars sleeping just a bit. We'll see. There's a snap. There's a quick throw. That is handled quickly. Horn with the reception. Alexander with the tackle for Clay-Chalkville. That'll bring up 3rd down. Center point needing 5 yards. Cougars get the signal on defense. Center point with 3 to the right, 1 up high. Empty backfield. And they're in pursuit. And that pass is going to be incomplete. I lost a play in the 10th. But nonetheless, it's going to be 4th down for center point. And the punting unit comes on. Now, the Cougars have been fooled on the fake punt before, so I would not be surprised if they're paying a little bit of attention this time as well. So you got Compton and Robinson back to return it. We'll see how aggressive the Cougars are. Yep, they were ready for it. It's a high punt, kind of shallow. Fair catch is signaled. And you got it. I'm going to give an Oscar to Kamara Robinson. Fair catch was signaled, but I don't think the officials are going to buy it. So with that, the Cougars are going to start this drive at the 40-yard line in their own territory. I would love to see some of y'all's comments on the flop, if you will. LeBron James would be impressed. And there go the Cougars once again. Pass is complete to Osley from Jay Bubba. Caleb Holt, the linebacker, bringing him down. 1st down for the Cougars. And that ball is going to go to the 48-yard line in Eagle territory. Those 1st downs this evening brought to you by Paul Davis Restorations. Number 8, Tubbs with the tackle. Compton, the ball carrier. Loss of a yard on the play will bring up 2nd down. Cougars look to be experimenting a little bit. We're about 3:54 remaining in the 1st quarter. Cougars have 2 high, 2 low, 4 wide. Single man in the backfield. Number 11 goes into motion. That is Brave as Cave. Cougars go right up the middle. Mbakwe, the ball carrier. Looks like he's going to be brought down by number 18, and that is Cameron Bonner. So it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Cougars. Ball at the center point 42-yard line. Mbakwe by himself, looks to put it in the air. And there's the flag, and that is interference. Number 2, Kamarius Horn, trying to keep up with Marlon Compton. Gets a little bit of jersey. And with that penalty, it'll be a 1st down for the Cougars. Now, I'm not going to tell you that the Cougars don't appreciate the break, but that's the last thing Center Point wants to do is give Clay-Chalkville any kind of help. Okay, we get a proper spot on the ball, and that puts it at the 27-yard line. Cougars with 3 to the left, 1 high to the right. Cave goes into motion. Jay Bubba with the keeper. And that one's going to be a little bit high. The intended receiver is Kamara Robinson. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Pretty good coverage back there by the Eagles. Cougars getting the signal from the sideline. Two to the right, one to the left. Two men in the backfield, shotgun formation. There's the give. Nope. Jay Bubba on the keeper. Well, that one had me fooled. He's going to go down at the 23-yard line. I think that was Malik Brown that brought him down for the Eagles. 4-yard gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Clay-Chalkville. Ball is at the 23-yard line. Cougars trying to get set and figure out what's going on, and they're going to have to take a timeout. And we'll be right back.
With a disaster, a little compassion can go a long way. One of our clients, a retired firefighter, a man who dedicated his life to helping and serving others, lost his own home in a fire. We searched through the rubble and managed to salvage one precious thing, his original firefighter's uniform. The look on his face, it's a moment I'll never forget. It's why we do what we do.
We are Paul Davis!
I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
Okay, folks, we're back out of the timeout. Cougars with 2 stacked. And they elect to run it. And that is number 5, Taurus Chambers, the ball carrier. Cameron Bonner brings them down. It's going to be a first down for the Cougars. And that is a Paul Davis restoration first down. Cougars continuing to matriculate down the field. And I'm saying that in my best impression of Hank Stram. Chambers with the carry once again. Number 8, Terrence Tubbs with the stop for center point. So it'll be second down and about 7 for the Cougars. The ball is at the 11-yard line. Now, I mentioned Hank Stram. I don't know how old some of you folks are out there, but I was born in the 60s. So there you go, famous coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. Cougars continuing to attack the middle of the field. Mbakwe gets to the 5-yard line. A number of center point defenders in on that tackle. At the bottom of the pile is number 22, Malik Brown. So it'll be 3rd and short for the Cougars. Ball at the 5-yard line. They need a yard for the first. Cougars get in the heavy. Number 5, Chambers, is going to get a Cougar first down. He's going to be brought down at the 3-yard line. And that's going to do it for the first quarter, folks. Your Cougars leading 16-0. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. There's a lot of football left to play. All right, folks. We're back. Cougars looking to see what the other end zone is like. There goes Jay Bubba. He slips through the middle, completely untouched. It's another touchdown for the Cougars. Mbakwe goes in there so clean that he could put on the same suit tomorrow and no one would know the difference. Ellison back to collect the change. And it's good. So with 11:56 remaining in the first half, the Cougars are up 23-0. So while we're waiting for them to get reset, let's go over some scoring updates. Right now, Hewitt and Hoover are 0-0 as I understand it. It's also no scorer with Oxford and Pinson Valley. Mortimer Jordan all over Woodlawn, 21-6. Mountain Brook handing it to J.O., 28-0. Gaston City leads Hartselle 7-0. Ellison back to kick. Usual suspects back deep for the Eagles. And number 4, Corey Busby is on the return. Not a lot happening there. As a couple of Cougar defenders. And that is Dion Gunn and Dion Callens. So double the Dion's, double the fun on the return. Cougar defense looking to improve on that defensive scoring average. They were pretty upset at the Pell City game, having given up a touchdown and a field goal to Hueytown due to penalties marching the Golden Gophers down the field. Nice crowd in the house for Clay-Chalkville over on the visitor stands. So with a penalty, Center Point starts inside their own 10. And the Eagles are going to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
What I'd like people to know is that with opiate dependency, anyone can be affected. We treat men and women from all walks of life, and many of them, when they come to us, feel very ashamed and alone, but there's help. And I think it's so rewarding to be able to take a person that's in a very difficult point in their life and be able to offer them a way to turn things around. Someone you care about needs help, please give us a call at 205-731-9090 or check out our website at medplexinc.com.
All right, we come in out of the timeout. Ball is at the 9-yard line. 1st and 15 for Center Point. Center Point tightens up the formation. Cougars showing blitz. Man goes in motion. And the Cougars are not buying it. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cougars in the backfield. Moore looking to catch the Cougars sleeping, but that's not going to happen. Cougars want to get some more of that. They're probably wishing that it was at the goal line to try to get the safety. There's the give to number 21. Nothing's happening on that. First one back there looked like number 98 for the Cougars, Mason Daniels. Finnerson, the ball carrier. No gain on the play. Third down for the Eagles. Cougars are going to be chomping at the bit. Whenever you get somebody with third down and they're deep in their own territory, it could be fun times for the defense. And that looks exactly what wow, that's a train wreck down there. Jackson, the ball carrier. Number 45 at the heart of it, and that's Patrick Smith jamming it up. And that's going to bring up fourth down for the Eagles. Now, if you recall, Center Point already had a safety due to a bad snap. Taylor back there to handle the punting chores once again. He gets this one off. It's high. And it's going to bounce in the air. The Cougars pick it up. What's DJ Barber doing? Well, folks, I'm scratching my head too. I'll put that one in one of my what the huh books, trying to figure out what happened there. Usually you leave that ball alone and let them down, and nonetheless the Cougars recover it and make sure they don't lose it. Ball is at the Center Point 47. Not much happening on that play. Chambers, the ball carrier. Now, it's games like this, folks, that you can see some weird things happen. Cougars cannot get sloppy. Mbakwe with plenty of time. He gives it to Craver. Craver runs it back inside the teeth of the defense. Short gain on the play. Craver with the reception. And we got a holding call against the Cougars. And it's a spot foul. So we'll see where that ends up. Not a good looking series for Clay-Chalkville. With that penalty, it'll be 2nd and 19 for the Cougars. There's the give to Craver. Craver is putting on the accelerator. He's going to be brought down by Ja'Corie Busby. But he's going to get back a chunk of those yards. Cougars getting to the Eagle 41-yard line. Gain of 15 on that play. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Cougars. 3 high, 1 low. That's 3 to the left and 1 on the right. And Mbakwe is going to be sacked. Number 18, Cameron Bonner, gets a sack against Mbakwe. That might be the first sack of the year. I believe there was one against Hueytown. I'd have to go back and look at that film. Nonetheless, there was a serious breakdown on the Cougar front. And that was a very sloppy series for the Cougars. Busby back deep to retrieve the punt. And it's going to go out of bounds somewhere around the 28-yard line. We'll see where the official spot is. And it looks like it's going to be spotted at the 27. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't care what kind of lead it is. The coaches are not going to be pleased with the sloppy play in that last offensive series. Mark my words, there's going to be some discussion about it. And nothing happening on that one. Evan Harris runs more out of bounds. Loss of yardage on the play. They get the sticks adjusted. So it's a loss of about 3 or 4 yards. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, I guess they called it a lateral. I don't know. Let's see what they call that. It looked more like a forward pass. There is a flag on the field. And holding is what is indicated. And that is the call against the Eagles. Moore has been harassed all night by the Cougar defense. And let's see where that final spot ends up being due to the penalty. And they've got it set just shy of the 14. Cougar front having their way. Jeremiah Jackson carrying the load, number 41, Evan Harris, back there again for the Cougars. Roderick Ivy getting on that action as well. Maybe both of them got there at the same time. They'll probably discuss that between themselves in the field house. Just going to give them both credit. But Ivy is spotting him. Number 49, Avion Pickett, leading the way on that last tackle. And that'll bring up 4th down. Center Point's going to have to punt once again. About 5.5 remaining in the first quarter. Pardon me, not first quarter, second quarter. Robinson and Compton back deep. Another high snap and another safety for the Cougars. It's tough enough when your defense has to stop the Cougar offense, but it's even tougher when the only offensive scoring from center point is going for Clay-Chalkville. Because you can call it special teams if you want. Technically, center point is still on offense. So, center point will have to kick it to the Cougars. And I can tell you what, folks, we are out here live just above the center point home side, and the fans are upset, to say the least, with the play of the Eagles. And he slapped the quarterback. Quarterback said, "I slapped." I remember. Now, all right. We got some tension in the stands, folks, and there's some things going on right now. There's a flag on the field. Army, for the pause, had some things to sort out. A little housekeeping. And we have an illegal formation against the Cougars. With that penalty, it'll be 1st and 15 for Clay-Chalkville. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Low snap, and there's the whistle once again. And this game has just seems to have gone south. False start against the Cougars. 4:30 remaining in the first half. A bizarre turn of events in the last few minutes. Something going on with the center point sideline that had the fans riled up. Had nothing to do with the Cougars. Cougars running the ball. And that is Osley. He's going to be brought down by Ja'Courier Busby. So it'll be 2nd and 9. Ball is at the Eagle 43. Mbakwe looking to put it in the air, slips out. Has an open man, there's Osley. Osley tight roping it down the sideline. He's going to go out of bounds around the 23-yard line. And that'll be another Paul Davis restoration first down for the Cougars. Cougars going with some tempo. Osley gets the call once again. He's still on his feet, still going. Coming up at the bottom of the pile for center point, Terrence Tubbs. Not much happening on that play. Now, folks, what you got to love no matter what, you got to love the sportsmanship. Tubbs brings down Mbakwe. Loss of yardage on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13. Looks like the Cougars are experimenting a little bit on offense. Mbakwe looking for an open man, doesn't have one, decides to take off. Goes out of bounds at the 20. That'll bring up 3rd down. Mbakwe playing it smart, no need to take a lick if you ain't got to. Stops the clock with 2:23 remaining in the first half. Mbakwe with the fade. Intended for Corey Barber, falls incomplete. Busby, the defender. That'll bring up 4th down. And it's times like this, you let your kicker get in some work. So Ellison will come out for what is effectively a 37-yard field goal. And it is no good. So the Eagle defense with a bright spot in the contest, keeping the Cougars out of the end zone. With 2:11 remaining in the first half of play. And trying to figure out what's going on the field here. Defense is out there. Center point gets lined up. There's the quick release to the outside. Breaks a tackle before he goes out of bounds around the 27-yard line. Malik Brown with a nice gain for the Eagles. It'll be 2nd and 2 for center point. Ball spotted at the 28. Eagles looking to try to get any kind of a momentum, but that's a loss of yardage right there as he's brought down at the 25. Brown, the ball carrier once again. Patrick Smith wrapping him up. So it'll be 3rd and about 5. Center point continuing to fight. Moore's pass is complete. Mekhi Brown, the receiver. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Ball at the 25-yard line. We have a timeout on the field, and we'll be right back.
storm was intense. Took off nearly half our building's roof. Paul Davis immediately secured and stabilized our property to prevent further damage.
With commercial properties, speed really matters. We use 360 scanning to make a rendering of the damaged space. In no time, our specialists were at work.
The technology they used made it easy for our staff, the insurance company, and the contractors to coordinate progress and speed up repairs.
This church is vital to the community. We focused on getting the doors back open. I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
All right, we're coming out of the timeout. It's 4th down. Cougars back to receive the punt. You know who. It's Robinson to Compton. A nice punt. Robinson on the return. That looked like number 21, Julius Finnerson, that brought him down. Got about a minute remaining in the first half. As the Cougar band gets lined up. Mbakwe looking for the release. And that one is nearly picked off, almost disastrous for Clay-Chalkville. Cameron Bonner hanging around, almost scooping up the miscue. It'll be 2nd down for Clay-Chalkville, ball at the 45-yard line of the Eagles. And there goes Craver. And he's going to be brought down by Busby. They're telling the offense to get going. It's a 1st down for the Cougars. Cougars looking to punch it in one more time. Mbakwe's pass falls incomplete. Intended for Kamar Robinson. So the clock will stop. It brings up 2nd down. 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Definitely a tale of 2 quarters for the Cougars. We'll see if they can punch it in before halftime. Mbakwe stays on his feet. Still going. He's going to go out of bounds. Somewhere it seemed like inside the 20. So he's going to keep it, and he's going to get to the 18-yard line. Stops the clock with 18 seconds left. I tell you what, the Cougars have looked like Jekyll and Hyde in the first half as far as the offense goes. Did not expect to see Mbakwe running around as much due to the blitz or missed blocks. And that pass was intended for Craver. That falls incomplete. And we'll bring up 4th down, and here comes Ellison. Well, Cougar family, I'm telling you, there's something going on, but remember what I said early on, you know, when you jump out to a lead like this, you get a little lackadaisical, and you can't afford to do that against the better teams. And so we have a timeout on the field by Center Point. We'll be right back.
You use your hands to do a lot. We use our hands to help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
All right, we're back live, and I'm telling you, the Cougar offense, if I had to pick a personality, I wouldn't know where to start. They're kind of reminding me of those old big pens that had 4 colors on them. You didn't know which one you were going to get. You just kind of pushed your thumb down and saw what happened. Nonetheless, Ellison's back for the field goal. That would have been good, but we'll see what the call is. The flag on the play, and it's offsides against Center Point. So this one's going to get marked off, and they're going to replay the down. So that one was good. Ellison's got to see if he can repeat the action. 4 seconds remaining in the first half. There's another flag. And that one's against Center Point. So this time it puts the ball inside the 10 and at the 7. Okay, so the Cougars are still going to kick it. Let's see what Ellison does this time. A bad snap. Yeah, you know, I just looked up, and it's true. There is a half moon out tonight. Maybe that's what's going on. Either way, we're going to go to halftime, folks, and get ready to see 2 great bands. So just simply wow. And we'll be back for the second half.
I'm Brett Rogers, your trusted local real estate expert and the owner of the Brett Rogers Realty Group at Keller Williams. My team and myself take pride in making the home selling or buying. I'm Brett Rogers, your trusted local real estate expert and the owner of the Brett Rogers Realty Group at Keller Williams. My team and myself take pride in making the home selling or buying process as painless and easy as possible. While a transaction can be stressful, we make it our job to take as much stress off of you so that you can enjoy your investments. We are not just here to sell houses, we are here to build relationships that will last a lifetime while helping your home dreams come true. When working for buyers, we work tirelessly to get you into a home at the best price and help you make sound decisions for your family. When the time comes for you to sell that home, we are here with the marketing expertise to showcase your property to the fullest and get you the greatest amount of profit into your pocket. We are here to guide you every step of the way with honesty and trust as our core values. Pick a partner you can trust when your biggest investment is on the line. You can visit our website at brettrogersrealtor.com or you can call me anytime at 205-540-1182. And let's get you to the closing table.
possible. You can get silver to flex the imagination and line to everything. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From Clay-Alabama, the last time they were three-better gun games in the League was never. This evening, you'll be introduced to the African Western team for a long time. Songs from the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. You all gas masks alive. Tough. Can you? Put your hands together for those mighty marching people. And they get ready to perform the Public Hotel. player mighty, Martin.
I'm Devron Smith with Steel City Realty Group in Trussville. Are you thinking of buying or selling a home in the Birmingham area? What about a career in real estate? Call or text me and let's get started today.
Drop the touchdown. Yeah. Hey.
Hi, I'm Devron Smith with Steel City Realty Group in Trussville. Are you thinking of buying or selling a home in the Birmingham area? What about a career in real estate? Call or text me and let's get started today.
Is reporting that since the year 1999, drug addiction-related deaths in the United States have quadrupled. So this is a huge topic right now. Joining me now is Dr. Emily Lazenby, and she's with Medplex Inc. So, Dr. Lazenby, what's the biggest thing you want people to know about addiction?
What I'd like people to know is that with opiate dependency, anyone can be affected. We treat men and women from all walks of life, and many of them, when they come to us, feel very ashamed and alone, but there's help. And I think it's so rewarding to be able to take a person that's in a very difficult point in their life and be able to offer them a way to turn things around. Someone you care about needs help, please give us a call at 205-731-9090 or check out our website at medplexinc.com.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Lillian Lalo with CBS 42.
We're getting ready to start the second half, folks. Welcome back to Center Point. What a weird first half. Lots of mistakes by Center Point. The Cougars come out firing on all cylinders, and the offense just seems to have almost jumped on the bus and went home early. But it's a second half, folks, so we'll see what they do. You know, they talked to them about that one. Kamar Robinson on the return for the Cougars is going to run out of bounds. just short of the 45-yard line, it appears. Ball spotted at the 43. Now, remember what I said earlier about not knowing what personality the Cougar offense was. I mean, running it, we know it, and there they go, and there goes Osley into Eagle territory before he's brought down by Kamarius Horn. Cougars need to figure out who they want to be, and they're going to run it once again. And they're attacking the heart of the center point defense. Osley with the chores once again. Busby with the stop for center point. And it looks like they're going a little more up-tempo. Play comes in quickly off the sideline. Osley slipped some tackles. He's going to be brought down by number 19. And that is Javian Taylor, the linebacker for the Eagles. Cougar offensive line with their hands on their hips. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Straight up, that's not a sign you want to see. We'll be watching that Cougar front, how they figure the rest of the night. And Mbakwe's pass intended for Craver falls incomplete, and Craver comes off limping. And that's not a good sign. Craver running it off. Over on the sideline. Third and 7 for the Cougars. Ball at the 40-yard line. Single man in the backfield. That's Osley. Got two high. One down low for the Cougars. Mbakwe puts it up in the air. And that pass is going to fall incomplete. And there's a flag on the field. The intended receiver, number 16, Kamara Robinson. And we'll see what the call is. And it's pass interference against the Eagles. So that'll net the Cougars a Paul Davis restoration first down. And it would almost seem that the Cougars caught a break on that one. Suffice it to say, ball at the 24. Osley carrying once again, following his blockers. Big Shaq out there leading the way. He's going to be run out of bounds by number 22, Malik Brown. Osley getting a lot of yardage tonight. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Cougars. Ball is spotted at the 17-yard line. Cougars continuing to run it. Osley bounces it out, turns it back up inside. He's going to have enough for the Paul Davis restoration first down. He gets inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Cougars wearing out the clock to start the second half. Cougars will have to get that passing game figured out. Osley's going to get wrapped up quickly by number 22, Malik Brown. So it'll be 2nd and goal to go for the Cougars. The pace definitely has slowed as they get the signal from the sideline. Mbakwe on the keeper. Slips his way inside the 5. Looks like he got to the 3. Jackson with the stop for a center point. We're around 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mbakwe on the keeper once again, and he's going to get into the end zone. And that's another touchdown for the Cougars. Credit for that touchdown will not just go to Mbakwe, but M3 Performance and Physical Therapy. And that's another touchdown for the Cougars. This PAT is going to be brought to you by Cross Point Baptist Church. And it's good. So with that, the Cougars lead 32-0. While we're waiting for the kickoff, let's get some scores from around the state. Oxford leads Pell City 12-6. Hewitt-Trussville all over Hoover. I think the Buccaneers' boat has sunk. They are down 21-0 to the Huskies. Mortimer Jordan all over Woodlawn 51-6 at the half. Parker leading Gardendale 20-16. Hartsville leading Gaston City 17-14. Vestavia Hills over Spain Park 16-0. Mountain Brook over Jackson Olin 28-0. It's a high, deep kick. And on the return, number 4, Jacory Busby. He's going to get to the 22-yard line, where Center Point will start their first drive of the half. Center Point looking to make anything happen. Snap is dropped. He gets it out. And he's going to get stopped on forward progress, gain of about 4 yards. Eagles avoid disaster as that snap hits the ground. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Cougars in the standard defensive formation. A couple of guys showing blitz. This looks to be a quick pass. There it is. And it's complete to number 3, Antonio Garfield. Rod Ivy with the tackle. trying to make some sense here with the sticks as they try to figure out, do we stay or do we go? It is a first down for the Eagles. Ball is spotted at the 31-yard line. There's a flag on the field. Number 10, Jeremiah Jackson, the ball carrier. That's usually a sign of a personal foul. Yep. And it is against Clay-Chalkville. Looked like an unnecessary roughness call. And I think with that penalty, Center Point crosses the 50 for the first time in this contest. So the penalty moving him down the field. Cougars snuffed that one out. DJ Barber at the bottom of that pile. Loss of a yard on the play. Makes it 2nd and 11. Cougars make the adjustment. Center Point goes directly under center. Tight formation. And the misdirection doesn't fool anybody. Rod Ivy spikes him into the ground. Thurman Moore goes down hard. Loss of yardage on the play. Makes it 3rd and 14. They're back in Center Point up. Shotgun formation. Snaps a little low. There's the option. And nowhere for 10 to go, but he escapes a few tackles. Looks for some room on the edge before he's brought down. And he's going to get to the 34-yard line. That's a first down for Center Point. Center Point looking to put together a drive. And it was seen for the first time this contest that the Eagles have the Cougars a bit on their heels. Cougars were in a position to bring the ball carrier down in their own backfield. Center Point's got to throw that one away. Moore being harassed by the Cougar defense. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Have a number of whistles on the field. Personal foul. Clay-Chalkville. And another big 15-yard penalty by the Cougar defense. Center Point hadn't had to put in much work on this drive because the Cougar defense is literally escorting them down the field. Unbelievable. So the Cougar defense hadn't figured it out yet. And that pass is going to be thrown away. Moore being chased all over the place. But I tell you, Some big penalties have got Center Point at the very least possibly in field goal position. It's 2nd and 10. Ball just inside the 20 at the 19. And I'm telling you, something happened after that first quarter. And now after the half with the defense, and Center Point has to throw this one away as well. This is going to be a key 3rd down for the Cougars. Discipline is the name of the game right now for Clay-Chalkville. The Cougar defensive coordinator probably is having a cow with those penalties, let alone the head coach. Cougars with uncharacteristic activity, looking to stop Center Point on this drive. Mr. Pickett gets back there, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. So we'll see what this 4th down looks like for Center Point. Center Point has shown that they can knock out some big runs or get some yards after the catch on a few swing passes. We'll see what they do this time. And the Eagles are going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
With the disaster, a little compassion can go a long way. One of our clients, a retired firefighter, a man who dedicated his life to helping and serving others, lost his own home in a fire. We searched through the rubble and managed to salvage one precious thing, his original firefighter's uniform. The look on his face, it's a moment I'll never forget. It's why we do what we do.
We are Paul Davis!
I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
You can live a pain-free life. At M3, we help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
All right, we're coming out of the timeout, folks. Let's get some quick scoring updates to you. Hoover is being shut out by Hewitt-Trussville, 28-0. When was the last time you heard that? Oxford over Pinson Valley, 19-6. Mountain Brook all over Jackson Olin, 49-0. Parker has extended their lead over Gardendale, 34-16. And that's the Cougar defense we're used to. And it appears that Moore may be rattled a little bit. Clay-Chalkville will take over on downs at their own 37-yard line. Moore has been harassed all night by the Cougar defense. Big penalties. So, not to mention that he's playing both ways. Osley, the ball carrier, is going to be brought down by number 27, Dayton Jackson. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Cougars continue to run the ball. Osley, more like he's going bowling than anything, knocking people down along the way. He's going to get into Center Point territory. That's Paul Davis, first down for the Cougars. Cougars keeping up the tempo. Osley not running out of gas anytime soon. And he's going to get across the 20 before he's brought down by number 1, Thurman Moore. Another Paul Davis first down for the Cougars. And Center Point's going to take a timeout. And we'll be right back, folks.
You deserve care that's designed specifically for you. At M3, you are our focus. We help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
Okay, so we've come out of the timeout. And the Cougars are set to look to punch it into the end zone. Pass is complete to number 11. And that is Bravis Cave. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Clay-Chalkville. That pass nearly picked off the intended receiver, number 10. Pardon me. Looked like Corey Barber was the intended receiver on defense. It looked to be Jeremiah Jackson. So it's 3rd down for the Cougars. Chambers, the ball carrier. Have a flag on the field. And George Bates is clapping his hands. A personal foul against the Cougars. So George Bates, the Center Point head coach, clapping his hands for the penalty. So it'll remain 3rd down. But it'll be 3rd and 20 for the Cougars. It'll be interesting to see what the call is going to be for Clay-Chalkville. Mbakwe looking to put it in the air. And he's going to be wrapped up by number 53 for a Center Point. And the Eagles will take over on downs. Apparently I had that wrong. I don't know what's going on there, folks. I can't explain it. .152 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. The We're trying to make sense of which version of Clay-Chalkville we're seeing. Miscues, penalties. That pass eventually is complete. Number 13, Mekhi Brown, with the reception before he's pushed out of bounds. Loss of yardage on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Eagles. The game got off to a very fast start for the Cougars after some big mistakes by center point, which Clay-Chalkville capitalized on. But since the end of the first quarter, it has really bogged down for Clay-Chalkville. The defense seems to have gotten itself back together. Number 98 at the bottom of the pile for the Cougars on that stop. That's Mason Daniels. Jeremiah Jackson, ball carrier for center point. Not much on that play. Brings up 3rd down. Center point looks like they're going to do a little bit of misdirection. The ball is loose and on the ground. And they get on top of it. Thomas Moore with the recovery. So the ball will come back to the 32-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down. So we'll see what Clay-Chalkville does here after the punt. Another high snap. And that one just shanked a little bit. Cougars need to get away from that thing. It takes an Eagle bounce to the 33-yard line. And folks, Moxie Media Productions wants to thank you for taking your time to watch this evening. Make sure you hit that like button. Give us that thumbs up. Moxie Media Group, a great supporter of Cougar football and bringing you the broadcast this evening. Talking to the producer. Wait a minute. That's Moxie Media Production, but either way, hit the like button.
CDC is reporting that since the year 1999, drug addiction-related deaths in the United States have quadrupled. So this is a huge topic right now. Joining me now is Dr. Emily Lazenby, and she's with MedPlex Inc. So, Dr. Lazenby, what's the biggest thing you want people to know about addiction?
What I'd like people to know is that with opiate dependency, anyone can be affected. We treat men and women from all walks of life, and many of them, when they come to us, feel very ashamed and alone, but there's help, and I think it's so rewarding to be able to take a person that's in a very difficult.
We have some surprising results going on not far from here. Hoover being shut out, probably the biggest surprise of the night. And that pass bounces off the hands of Marlon Compton. There's a flag on the field. The officials are discussing it. Let's see what the call is. We got offsetting penalties. Now, You know, be honest with you, the way things are looking, the number of unsportsmanlike conduct calls and personal foul calls, this is something that's going to be rectified. I can promise you that. A lot of this laundry tonight, the bulk of it has been against Clay-Chalkville. Chambers, the ball carrier. So it's second down for the Cougars. Snap goes a little bit sideways. Pass is complete. Marlon Compton with the grab for Clay-Chalkville. That'll bring up third down. Ball is at the 40-yard line. So Cougars get back chunks of that one. Fourth down for the Cougars. And that snap gets away from the punter. Wow. And now it's on the special teams. Unbelievable. Well, it's not a full moon tonight. Maybe a little better than half. But tough to explain nonetheless. So it seems like nothing is working right for the Cougars, short of the defense. And now center point with a very short field. We'll try to seize the opportunity. Nick Howard with the grab. Nakarius Allen. Make sure I get that right. With the tackle for loss. And the ball will come back to the 31-yard line. A lot of questions to answer for Clay-Chalkville. Cougars in pursuit. And that one's going to get thrown out of bounds. A flag on the field. Looks to have been, that's going to be waved off. Thought there might have been holding. So that'll bring up third down. Cougars up in the backfield on once again. And number 45, Patrick Smith, the first to arrive for the Cougars. Interesting decision for center point here. Ball is at the 29-yard line. Well short of a first down. And they're going to go for it. And once again, the Cougars find themselves in the backfield. Nope. He's going to be brought down right around the 30. And the Cougars are going to take over on downs. So definitely a strange 3 quarters. Penalties have presented Center Point with a number of short field opportunities, but the Cougar defense clamps down like a Venus flytrap catching its prey, keeping Center Point out of the end zone. It'll be interesting to see how the Cougar offense performs on this next drive. Number 18, Cameron Bonner, brings down Corey Barber quickly. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Cougars as a result of the loss of yardage. Mbakwe with the signal, and the ball is on the ground. And he gets back on top of it. That'll bring up 3rd down. Nope, folks. Still a half moon. I just keep having to look over my shoulder and check it. The Cougar offense looking more like a series of unfortunate events over the last 2.5 quarters. And that one's picked off. Number 22, Malik Brown, with the interception. And you know, I hate to say that I called it, but you got to call it like it is. And I tell you, if the Cougars are going to pick a night to have a bad night, well, you don't want any night. But if you had to pick one, I guess this is going to be it, as they've got Thompson next. Number 10, Jeremiah Jackson, the ball carrier, and Center Point sniffing the end zone. And I certainly wouldn't begrudge anyone an opportunity. But we got to be honest, the Cougars have basically done the work for them. And this will be a loss of yardage. Number 13, Nicarius Allen on the stop. Thurman Moore, the ball carrier. So the ball is at the 15-yard line. 3rd down. The fans are fired up, wanting to see the Eagles get a score. Clay-Chalkville looking to clamp down. Here they come. And that one is going to be caught. Clay-Chalkville looking to clamp down. Number 12, here they come. Xavier Starks, the defender. And Center Point gets on the board. So, unbelievable. And Center Point with some trickeration to get the two. Setting up with a little bit of a lonesome polecat. And if y'all are still watching, I would definitely be interested in the comments y'all have, because I honestly don't know where to begin. You know, I'm wondering if these guys were looking a little bit towards next week and the Thompson game, getting up on Center Point quickly. You just don't know. The usual suspects back deep to receive. I would not be surprised if an onside kick came out of this. Center Point has nothing to lose at this point. It's a short kick. And it's blown dead. So the Cougars will start this drive from their own 33-yard line. Another low snap. Chambers gets a hold of it. Gain of 6 on the play. We'll bring up second down. Ball is at the 39-yard line. About 5 minutes remaining in the contest. Cougars better get this figured out. Thompson is not the team to play like this. Chambers barrels his way across the 50. He's going to be brought down by number 9, Caleb Holt. Ball at the Eagle 49. Cougars look to try to quicken the pace. Chambers gets to carry once again. He's going to get inside the 45-yard line. There's a flag on the field. Officials are discussing it. Curious as to what's happening. I'm looking at this in my binoculars. Holding a personal foul against, and you got an offset And we got an ejection. And it looks like number 72. Nope. Correction. That is number 82 of the Cougars. Jaden Stone. It appears we have an ejection. So the penalty's offset, but we have an ejection. And Jaden Stone is done for the night. Osley, the ball carrier once again. He's going to be brought down by Horn. It's another Paul Davis first down for the Cougars. I think the Cougars just want to chew up the clock and get out of here. Chambers, the ball carrier. He's going to get to the 25, looks like. Can't move the sticks. It's another Paul Davis Restoration's first down. Thurman Moore has been playing both ways in on that stop. Keep in mind, Thurman Moore's quarterback. He's also playing defense. Here's Chambers once again, and he's just taking people for a ride. Taurus Chambers looked like he took Cameron Bonner for a vacation he didn't intend to go on, and that play is blown dead. And Center Point's going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. All right, we're back out of the timeout. Cougars with two receivers way out, but you knew they were going to run it. And Chambers gets in there with a touchdown for the Cougars. Cougars with two receivers way out. I tell you what, you knew they were going to run it. We've had a number of personal fouls, a number of unsportsmanlike conducts, an ejection. And the PAT is good. It is amazing with the number of mistakes made in this game. And you hope they get it out of their system. Now, Center Point's only scored 1 touchdown and the conversion, but I guarantee you the defense has got to be feeling insulted. They have been locked down all season long. They were not happy after Pell City. They weren't happy about the 3 given up to Hueytown, and they're certainly not going to be happy about the 8 given up to Center Point. As far as the offense goes, they have got to find their rhythm. It would seem they would have found it, but we might be speaking a bit too soon. One of the shallower kicks by the Cougars. On the return, number 33, Samuel Nelson. Ball is at the 30-yard line. 2:49 remaining in the game. And another quick pass. Busby will get him to the 50-yard line. Center Point looking to get on the board once again. Catch Cougars on the misdirection. Has no one in front of him. And Moore is going to score for the Eagles. And that is the highest total scored against the Cougars in a long time. I know it seems like that, saying 14 points, but yep. It has been a minute since the Cougars have given up more than a touchdown. And we're going to have an offsides against the Cougars, it looks like. Yep, that's the call. So Center Point lines up once again in the Lonesome Polecat. An old Mouse Davis special. And the Cougars see that one coming. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Nonetheless, the Cougars are not looking like the team to be feared at the moment. And just like that, Center Point has scored twice in the fourth quarter. So there's going to be a lot to respond to in the field house this week as they get ready to take on Thompson. And you got to wonder what's going through the minds of the coaches right now. Another short kick. And now it's number 25 on the return, T.K. Slaughter. Cougars will start this drive from the 38-yard line. 2:05 remaining in the contest. I am looking forward to hearing what you, the fans, have to say about our Cougars' performance this evening. Running the ball for Clay-Chalkville is number 32, Isaiah Miles. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Ball at the 41-yard line. And Miles is going to get stacked up. Number 22, Malik Brown. And Mbakwe is still in there. Miles, the ball carrier. Number of Eagle defenders at the bottom of the pile. Number 19, Javen Taylor with the stop. And we have 14 seconds remaining. And I think they're just going to let the clock run out, folks. That's going to do it. I almost want to say thank goodness, because this one was a rough one, folks. The Cougars come away with the victory, but a lot of questions remain to be answered. And I can tell you this. Those coaches are going to put in the work this week. It may not be a region game, but it is an important contest nonetheless. And there's a lot of questions that are on the table this evening. Moxie Media Productions wants to thank you for watching this evening. Make sure you hit that like button. Give us that thumbs up. We want to say God bless each and every one of you. And as you go throughout your week, may the Lord add a hedge of protection around you. Good night, and go Cougars!